Hi boys and girls. Today you're going to be making the numbers in script. So they look pretty much like the numbers that we usually make. They're just a little bit fancier. They're very slanty. So we're going to be practicing those slanted lines. And even I have to do some more practice because not all of mine came out quite as good as the worksheet you guys will work on, but we can all practice together. So when you guys make the number 1, you're going to pull down diagonally and make one like this. So it pretty much looks like just a diagonal slanted line. And that one's a little too slanted. But when you're making number 1, you just have to go down sideways. So it looks like a very fancy number 1. Number 2, you're going to make a curve, a diagonal, and then come back. If you can get it a little slanty, a little more slanty than mine is, or a little more diagonal, you can. I did not have the worksheet to print and trace myself, so I'm doing my best showing you on my whiteboard with the lines on it, but the 2 looks like that. 3 has a little bit of kind of like a line at the top to start it. So when you make your 3s, you kind of start there and then you go around. So a regular 3 kind of looks like that. So if you notice, the script 3 is just a little more curvy and a little more diagonal looking. So you can practice your 3s. When you get to number 4, we're going to go down and over and then diagonal down. So actually this top line, I could do mine a little more diagonal so that it's a little bit more curvy. So our number 4 usually looks like that, but a cursive or a script 4 is a little more diagonal. So we can all keep, like I said, practicing those together. Okay, so next we have our number 5. So we're going to do a line over, down, and around, over, down, and around. So you can practice tracing and writing those 5s today. Next we have number 6, which looks like a normal number 6, but if you can get your lines to be a little more diagonal and curvy as you practice, that will be great. So 6 has kind of more of a diagonal or slanted line there too. 7, if you notice, I still have to practice making my diagonal lines. So 7 does have a line like that. Then it comes up and then we're going to go down to the side. So we can practice making those, like the stems of the 7 or the lines down, a little more diagonal than normal. All right, and then we have number 8, which goes like this. You start here, you go down, and then it's a curvy line up. So instead of coming down, our curvy line goes up at the end. So we're gonna come around, down, and up to the side. Awesome. And then we have number 9, which mine does look a little bit straight, so I'm going to practice making mine a little more diagonal. So we're going to start up at the top, and then when we get to our diagonal line down, we can make it look, instead of doing it straight like this, we're going to make sure our line is a little more diagonal for a cursive 9. But the fun thing about numbers is that, unlike the letters that we're doing, the numbers look the same, they're just a little fancier. So we don't have to practice memorizing what new numbers look like in cursive. They look exactly the same, but once again, they're just a little more diagonal, and I like to call them fancy. So for number 10, we're going to do a diagonal line down, and instead of making a 0 perfect like we're used to, we're going to make our 0 a little bit sideways, so a little bit diagonal. So when we make our 10, it's kind of like they're leaning to the side. So it's kind of like when you write on the computer and you make your font italic, where the words look curvy. That's kind of what these numbers look like to me. It looks like they're kind of leaning to the side a little bit. All right, so I hope you have tons of fun tracing and writing your cursive numbers today. All right, enjoy.